working to connect a region of over 600 million bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus. I'm Maricar Velasco, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region. On today's headlines. President Rodrigo Duterte is most likely to certify the passage of the death penalty bill as urgent, according to Malacanang on Tuesday. ASEAN and Germany reaffirmed commitment to further deepen cooperation in areas of mutual interest at the third ASEAN-Germany Development Partnership Committee held at the ASEAN Secretariat. And a group of video game-loving Vietnamese millennials have found new ways of enjoying old favorites by recreating Pac-Man, Super Mario Bros., and Mortal Kombat not on screen, but with cardboard, bamboo, colored paper, and strings. President Rodrigo Duterte is most likely to certify the passage of the death penalty bill as urgent, according to Malacanang on Tuesday. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said Duterte urged Congress to pass a bill for the restoration of death penalty for drugs and plunder in his fourth State of the Nation address, or SONA, on Monday for that very reason.
Given the sinabi niya yun sa SONA, most likely.
Panelo said the passage of the death penalty bill will still depend on Congress. He, however, explained that Duterte's insistence to pass the bill reinstating capital punishment to curb illegal drugs and corruption in the country.
Ang feeling ni Presidente, yan ang pinakamabigat na problema natin. One is corruption. Number two is yung sa droga. Kaya siguro, mas gusto niya yon, hoping that it will mitigate the upsurge of this drug menace as well as the plunderous activities of the plunderers.
Asked what method of execution the president would prefer, Panelo said Duterte may prefer to stick with lethal injection.
Sabi, kung tatanungin mo siya, walang gastos ano na lang, lubid. But I think yung dati natin siguro, lethal injection siguro yung dati.
The lethal injection was prescribed as a method of execution until President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo signed Republic Act 9346, which abolished death penalty and downgraded the maximum penalty for crimes to imprisonment of 40 years or life imprisonment in 2006. Two of Duterte's allies in the Senate, Senators Ronald Bato de la Rosa and Christopher Bongo, vowed to push for the restoration of death penalty for illegal drugs and plunder. In 2017, the House of Representatives approved a death penalty measure, House Bill 4727, for heinous drug-related crimes. The government is not stopping international organizations from investigating the Duterte administration's campaign against illegal drugs, but emphasized that it could still be considered an assault to sovereignty, according to Malacanang on Tuesday. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo made this remark after a recent survey showed that majority of Filipinos believe that the administration should allow international organizations like the United Nations to conduct an investigation on human rights violations in the drug war. A social weather station survey showed that 60% of Filipinos agree with the statement the government should not block the investigation of international groups like the United Nations into the killing by the Philippine police of so many drug suspects who supposedly fought back.
Hindi naman natin ini-stop di ba? Ang reaction natin is, you cannot do that to us because we're a sovereign state. lumalakad lahat yung aming sistema.
Panelo reiterated that international groups should not interfere because Philippine courts were functioning. He blamed critics of the Duterte administration for making the public believe in the premise that drug-related deaths were state-sanctioned.
Kasi nga yun nga ang banat ng mga kritiko na hinahadlangan natin. Ay naniniwala sila doon sa kritiko na akala nila humahadlang tayo. And yet, Filipinos are saying na tama naman yung kanyang drug war.
Panelo said the survey results will not change the administration's stance that the UN could not enter the Philippines to conduct an investigation on the drug war.
Well, that kasi nga, it's an assault on our sovereignty.
Panelo noted that the president does not see a need to convince the public to support its views against allowing UN to probe the crackdown on illegal drugs. Earlier, Panelo said if the UN is really serious in looking into the country's drug war, it should have first written a formal communication or inquiry asking for government data. He said the Duterte government is the only administration that has always responded to formal communications sent to its various offices. 2 Australian clubbers arrested in Bali for cocaine possession were paraded in front of local media Tuesday as they faced a possible 12-year jail term, according to police. William Cabantog, 36, and David Van Iresel, 38, were nabbed Friday night at a nightclub in Canggu, a popular tourist hotspot on the Indonesian holiday island. Police said they found a bag with 1.1 grams of cocaine in Cabantog's trousers during the raid. Both men admitted to having bought and used the drug. The pair had lived in Bali for several months, according to police. Cabantog, a hotel consultant, and Iresel, a nightclub promoter, tried to shield their faces as they were paraded in orange prison jumpsuits in front of media, a common practice in Indonesia, which has some of the world's strictest drugs laws, including the death penalty for trafficking. The pair faced a maximum 12 years in prison and an 800 million rupiah or $57,000 fine if found guilty. Foreigners are regularly arrested for drugs offenses in Bali, and several have been executed by firing squad, including Australians Andrew Chan and Murin Sukumaran in 2015, a case that sparked a diplomatic row between Australia and Indonesia.
Sebanyak 1,12 gram. Ini dapat informasi ada warga negara asing yang menggunakan.
Dari mana, Pak?
Australia tadi sini.
Pak, dia dapat barang dari mana sih, Pak? Dari Australia.
Ya, kita masih melakukan pengembangan dari mana dia mendapatkan barang tersebut. Nah, kita mendapatkan informasi adanya warga negara asing yang menggunakan narkoba. Dari informasi tersebut kita melakukan penyelidikan. Ini penyelidikannya ini selama 1 minggu kita lakukan penyelidikan. Alhamdulillah informasi yang kita dapatkan benar bahwa ada warga negara asing yang menggunakan.
Thousands are languishing in displacement camps in Laos a year after a dam break unleashed floodwaters and killed dozens of people in the impoverished state, a new report on the anniversary of the disaster said Tuesday. For the past decade, Laos has been on a dam building spree to serve as the battery of Asia, but experts have long warned about environmental dangers and the breakneck construction pace. An auxiliary dam at the Shepian Nam Noi hydroelectric project in southern Laos collapsed on July 23 last year under the pressure of rising monsoon waters, sending floods downstream and killing an estimated 71 people, though the official toll is lower. The disaster is believed to be the deadliest dam accident in Lao history, and allegations have pointed to construction flaws by the builder. The report by conservation groups said nearly 5,000 people are living hand-to-mouth in camps without adequate food and housing, while firms behind the $1 billion project have yet to adequately compensate victims. International Rivers, which released the findings, said the disaster should serve as a lesson for the hundreds of other dams planned in Laos and other countries along the Mekong River. For too long, repeated warnings from scientists, communities, and civil society have been disregarded, International Rivers Southeast Asian Program Director Maureen Harris told media. The displaced residents in Laos are living in stuffy, prefabricated structures and subsisting on meager rations, according to the report. Families of victims have received government payouts, but the new report is calling on developers to step up and use insurance money to address claims. An official from the South Korean builder SKEC, one of the firms involved in the consortium managing the project, told media it is willing to actively cooperate once the Lao government investigation findings are released. Laos is an authoritarian one-party state unused to the outside scrutiny brought by the collapse. Its prime minister said in rare comments last year that the communist country will press on with its ambitious hydropower strategy, but vowed to intensify oversight. The Siepian-Sienam-Noi project is expected to send most of its electricity to Thailand and may be operational later this year. Experts say the sprint to build dams in the power-hungry region threatens the flow of the Mekong, disturbing fish migration and seasonal flooding patterns for millions living along its banks in neighboring countries. The river starts in China and crawls down along eastern Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, and Cambodia, ending in Vietnam.
is our most important asset, and it should always be a constant effort to seek ways to take care of it. That includes professional medical help from the best available. The Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated is known as one of the most specialized centers in medical services, backed by several experienced physicians in Chinese medicine. At an accuracy rate of 98%, countless patients who visited Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated have already been treated and cured.
Marami po ospital na napuntahan, pero wala ring nangyayari. Somebody introduced me to Manila-Beijing Medical Associated. After 2 treatments, gumanda ang pakiramdam ko.
My friends introduced me Manila-Beijing Medical Associated, and luckily, I got cured. So I sincerely want to thank the doctors of Manila-Beijing Medical Associated.
For the past 30 years, ang dami ko nang na-take na mga gamot. Nothing happened to me. So until one my friend introduced me to Manila-Beijing Medical Associated, you know what? All my illness was cured.
For any health problems or incurable diseases, you can visit Manila-Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated, located at 843B Sabino Padilla Street, Binondo, Manila.
Pep News, Linggo, alas 4 hanggang alas 5 ng hapon.
Welcome back. President Rodrigo Duterte's policy of cracking the whip on slow-moving bureaucrats seemed to have hit a sweet spot with the business community's movers and shakers. Leaders of 3 of the country's most influential business groups, the Federation of Philippine Industries, the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and Philippine Exporters Confederation, agree that the president's policy direction to further ease doing business in the country by cutting red tape is a confidence builder. FBI Chairman Jesus Aranza said the constant delay in the issuance of business permits and other licenses only reflect the level of corruption in government agencies, both in the national and local levels. He said by forcing slow-moving government offices to hurry up, the chief executive is doing businessmen a big favor. Aranza, however, appealed to the president to take a closer look at corruption at the barangay, as it is also tasked with the issuance of various permits. He said that public spaces such as sidewalks are often used as private parking lots or are occupied by vendors under the protection of barangay officials. The culture of patronage and corruption is very strong at the barangay level, he said after listening to Duterte's fourth SONA on Monday. Meantime, PhilExport President Sergio Ortiz Luis Jr. said the president's directive that business permits and other government licenses be issued within 3 days sends a strong signal to lazy or corrupt bureaucrats that it is time to shape up. He explained that the snail-paced movement of the bureaucracy is an added burden to the export sector, which is now caught in the crossfire of the U.S.-China trade war. For his part, PCCI Chairman Emeritus Francis Chua said he is convinced the president is dead serious about putting a stop to corruption in government, as well as making life easier for those engaged in business activities. Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. and Japanese Ambassador to the Philippines Koji Haneda on Tuesday exchanged notes on key projects on the Philippines and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The two officials exchanged notes on the official development assistance supported project on the septage management of Metro Cebu Water District, as well as on the regime of privileges and immunities for the ASEAN-Japan Technical Cooperation Agreement. Locsin said during a ceremony at the Department of Foreign Affairs office in a joint press event with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in Tokyo, President Duterte paid high compliments to Japanese official development assistance, called it the gold standard by which the Philippines reckons its development cooperation with other partners. He added none will dispute the tribute, whether in terms of Japan's reliability as a partner for bridging gaps in our infrastructure investments and financing needs, concessionality of terms, or the quality and impact of resulting projects. Japanese ODA is unrivaled. Visible signs of the Philippines-Japan development partnership do our cityscapes and the countryside. Benefiting from a Japanese grant of up to 2.052 billion, the project on the septage management of Metro Cebu Water District will reduce water pollution and waste and improve waste disposal in Compostela, Liloan, Consolacion, Mandaue City, Cebu City, and Talisay City by putting in place large-scale waste treatment technology such as septic tank sludge treatment facilities and the procurement of vacuum trucks. The project is in line with the 2017 to 2022 Philippine Development Plan's water quality management objective. Meanwhile, the TCA sets out the legal framework for the provision by the Japan International Cooperation Agency of direct assistance to ASEAN as an international organization, as opposed to assistance extended to the individual ASEAN member states. ASEAN and Germany reaffirmed commitment to further deepen cooperation in areas of mutual interest at the third ASEAN-Germany Development Partnership Committee held at the ASEAN Secretariat. Both sides highlighted the progress made in implementing the ASEAN-Germany practical cooperation areas for the period 2018 to 2022. This includes cooperation in such areas as good governance and human rights, economic promotion of micro, small, and medium enterprises, cooperation, food, agriculture, and forestry cooperation, energy security, environment and climate change, education, technical vocational education and training, connectivity, support for narrowing the development gap in the region, and sustainable development. ASEAN and Germany also explored opportunities to further enhance cooperation in existing areas of collaboration, as well as to tap huge potentials for cooperation in a number of areas such as counter-terrorism and combating transnational crime, maritime cooperation, peace and reconciliation, tourism, culture and disaster management, and humanitarian assistance. In addition, both sides exchanged views on a number of regional and international issues of common interest and concern. The meeting was co-chaired by Deputy Secretary General of ASEAN for ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community, Kung Phuoc, and Ambassador of Germany to ASEAN, Peter Schoof, and attended by the permanent representatives to ASEAN and their respective delegations.
When visiting the Philippines, Manila or Quezon City is a popular destination. But oftentimes the hustle and bustle of the city can be more stressful on your vacation. So when you feel the need to reconnect to nature or relax again, there's a beautiful oasis just outside of the city called the Garden at Ciudad de Victoria. Some of the species that you can see here include hydrangea, snapdragon, and stargazers. They're truly beautiful. The gardens at Ciudad de Victoria are so peaceful, tranquil, and beautiful that it's become a haven for young couples and a very popular venue for engagement photos. The next time you want an escape from the big city, the garden at Ciudad de Victoria is a wonderful place to visit.
Welcome back. Farmers in eastern Thailand show off their fastest bovines in a unique muddy speed test. Take a look.
ก็เอาควายมาแข่งนะควายมาแข่งเป็นประเพณีของจังหวัดชนเราครับก็ที่นาป่านตำบลนี้ก็จัดทุกปีนะจัดทุกปีเป็นควายวิ่งควายน้ำนะเพราะก่อนนี้จะใช้ควายคาดนาทำนาไถนากันพอเราเสร็จงานเสร็จอะไรก็มีการมาวิ่งพักผ่อนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยฮะก็เลยก็เป็นประเพณีมานาอยู่เนาะก็ยังมีการแข่งขันอย่างนี้เราก็จะมีเลี้ยงไว้ตลอดการผมก็มีเลี้ยงไว้ฝึกมาวิ่งตลอดครับก็ยังไม่หยุดนะก็ยังมีเลี้ยงทีนี้ว่ารุ่นหลังๆเราต่อไปรุ่นลูกรุ่นหลานเนี่ยมันจะอนุรักษ์แบบเราไหมก็ยังไม่รู้นะก็อย่างเงี้ยครับหูฉลามน้ำต้มของหูฉลามผสมข้าวต้มให้มันกินให้ควายมันคึกก็รู้สึกดีครับอนุรักษ์ควายไทยไปด้วยจะได้ไม่หายสับสูญไปครับก็สนุกไปอีกอย่างหนึ่งครับใช่ครับตื่นเต้นดี
A group of video game-loving Vietnamese millennials have found new ways of enjoying old favorites. By recreating Pac-Man, Super Mario Bros., and Mortal Kombat not on screen, but but with cardboard, bamboo, colored paper, and strings. The real-life versions of the gaming classics are not just for their own enjoyment. They've delighted millions of viewers on their YouTube channel dedicating to their out-of-the-box gaming models.
Những vật liệu đó thì là những vật liệu mà mọi người khi mà mọi người sử dụng xong rồi thì mọi người thường bỏ đi, và chúng ta có thể sử dụng nó để có thể tái chế, biến nó thành một cái điều gì đó thú vị, như là một cái trò chơi, một cái đồ chơi. Trên kênh YouTube thì cái chi phí của mình sản xuất nó không đáng là bao. Cái quan trọng là mình muốn làm và muốn truyền tải những thông điệp cho mọi người, vừa mang tính chất giáo dục, vừa mang tính chất giải trí, và mọi người sau khi mà xem xong các video thì mọi người có thể học hỏi qua các cái video của bọn mình.
Cái việc lên ý tưởng là mất nhiều thời gian nhất ạ. Thì ban đầu thì mình phải lên ý tưởng trước, sau đó tìm tòi các cái đồ dùng cần thiết liên quan đến sản phẩm để mình thực hiện. Trong quá trình làm thì mình có thể chỉnh sửa dần dần để được một sản phẩm hoàn thiện.
And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Maricar Velasco and I am one with 25.
Now in its 51st year, Eagle Broadcasting Corporation has held various child care and development programs. With the support of participating organizations and sponsors, EBC conducted the following activities. Sports clinic program wherein basketball coaches and players taught students the importance of discipline.
So if I say 3 claps, 2 claps, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Confidence.
Fire! Stance!
And teamwork. Free haircut. Free massage. Feeding programs.